Will Wade, who's LSU's head basketball coach, is joining us now here on Off the Bench. We're a lot alike in the sense that I'm in sales, you're in sales. Recruiting is nothing but sales, and we like to be in the middle of the mix, man. We like to be out in front and in the stuff. How are you handling all this downtime?
Well, you just it's a different world, and so you've got to adjust as best you can. It's just spending a lot of time on the phone, making sure your guys are all right. First off, your current players, everybody likes to focus on future players and what could happen in the future, but you got to make sure that your current players are okay and in touch with them. And a vast majority of our guys have gone home. We obviously have a couple local guys that have stayed here, and we've got one of our other guys that stayed here. But most of the rest of them have all gone home and made it home safely. And then you're transitioning into do they have wireless internet at the house? Do they have do they have the Wi-Fi necessary to do the work? And if not, then we've got to help them get that for the next couple of weeks so they can get all their work done remotely. And so there's just a lot of little things like that. Checking in on the recruits, certainly the guys that we've signed, but also the guys, some of the guys that have committed to us, and some of the other guys that we're still tracking and still recruiting. So it's been busy, but it's a different type busy.
Heard Vincent stop by in hour one and talked about the sentiment of granting spring athletes another season, but the red tape is going to be thick. As a head coach, how do you advise your athletes right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to see what they do. I've heard everything from everybody gets the year back to, I think the spring sports, that's certainly going to be the case. We're more of a winter sport. We did play 31 games. We just missed our championship season, which is what everybody builds towards. It is the biggest part of the season. So we're just going to have to see. We're just going to have to see how it plays out. There's a lot of factors involved. There's going to be just all sorts of factors involved, and there's APR ramifications. There's roster size ramifications. We're only allowed 13 players on scholarship. Well, if you do that, you've already recruited to replace some of your guys. So they're going to have to change the roster rules for a couple of years. I mean, there's tons of stuff that doesn't meet the general public's eye. So we'll let people a lot smarter than us figure all that out, and we'll do what they say. But certainly, I think everybody's of the opinion, we should be doing what's best for the student athletes, and I think there should be a lot of student athlete choice at this point. Hey, if they want to come back, let them come back. If they want to move on with their lives and go do what they, go do something else, let them move on and go do something else. I don't think we should be dictating what they want to do in this type of time.
Are you handling day-to-day operation from your home or from the office, from the facility?
I go back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm working on scheduling. Mainly, that's another big piece of what we do. We've got a lot of it done, but I've still got 3 or 4 games to get. So I'm in the process of getting all that done. That just takes the phone and my calendars, and I've got those in my folder that I travel with everywhere. So, I go back and forth. I was in the office most of the day Monday. Yesterday I worked a majority from home, and so you just kind of flow back and forth depending on what you need, depending on what's going on.
We're talking to LSU head men's coach Will Wade here on Off the Bench, 105.3, 94.7 ESPN. So it like you said, it's constantly developing what maybe a potential scholarship, another year of eligibility, what that means for a roster. So have you even wrapped ahead? Like, are you even into the process of trying to maybe re-recruit some guys that were maybe going to have some opportunities to go to the next level, and maybe they decided to come back now? Like, have you even engaged with any of that yet?
Well, that's a totally different.
Yeah.
That's a totally different deal. Is the NBA draft process now is going to be a factor. I think there's zero doubt about that. So now we've got 2 or 3 guys that we're going to put their name in and go through the process. Well, is there going to be a process now? Do they want? Because the way it works is the workouts, basically flying all across the country on commercial airlines, and it's not It's not like they're taking private jets everywhere. And so it's one of those deals where, are they going to do that? Probably not. They're probably not going to have a lot of the workouts. They're probably not going to have the combine. Football at least was able to get through the combine. So then how does the draft look, and how does the information that you're able to get your players look? So that's almost a totally separate animal and entity, trying to figure out, the process and get the best information possible for the players. I guess that's something I should have said earlier. I spent a majority of my day yesterday working with 2 or 3 of our guys to try to get them the best information and get them to submit the right paperwork through our compliance office to the NBA folks, and then also on the phone with the NBA to try to get a feel for, where things stand, what the process is going to be moving forward, what do they think, and it's complicated. Nobody has a lot of answers, and I think that as the NCAA is doing with the athletes for eligibility, they give us some flexibility, with things, and that they're able to, that they're able to make good decisions for themselves, and if they want to come back to college, they're able to come back to college.
And so I don't know what the future holds for a guy like Skylar Mays, but if it is the last time that we've seen him in an LSU uniform, what can you say about your senior leader?
I mean, he was just tremendous all year. We don't have the year that we have without Sky, and he made things happen for us. He covered up some things for us in a lot of games, and he did just a phenomenal. So he's going to play in the NBA, and he's going to have that opportunity. He's earned that opportunity, and I think even if I don't want to speak out of turn, you'd have to ask Skylar, but even if they give the year back, he ain't coming back. I mean, he's going to he
kind of got that feeling.
He's going to move. Yeah, he's going to move on and go play professionally and go pursue other things. The reality is he's done everything he can do here, just about. And so, he needs to. It's time for him to move on and go conquer other situations. So, but he did just a tremendous job for us all year, and was huge for us this season. And I think he'll be remembered as one of the all-time great Tigers.
I want to see you coach in March, damn it.
Yeah, for real, right, dude.
I mean, I want to see you and your team on the sideline in March Madness. How, from a coaching standpoint, to have that part of it taken away. I know outside it's out of your control, but this may be the best tournament in the world, and your team was trending in the right direction. Just losing that from a coaching standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to the NCAA tournament plenty of times. We have kids who hadn't been. We had guys who that's what they've been working towards. We had freshmen who hadn't been and didn't get the experience. That's what you feel for and worry about. We've been, everybody on the staff's been. We've been, most of us have been a bunch of times. So, it's a great experience, and it's what you work so hard all year long for. I mean, it's what you work and put all that time in for. But it's part of life. And I told him when we met, this is the worst thing that happens to you in life. You're gonna live a pretty good life, guys.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of tough stuff that happens, and when things get tough, that's when you got to do your best work. You'll heard me say that. And I said, guys, we got to figure things out. And that's what we do, and that's what the best teams do, and that's what the best people do, and that's what successful people do.
If you were still playing, would Manny be available?
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, he would have. Sean was always joking with him. Our athletic trainer, if we'd have made it to Sunday, he was going to play on Sunday in the SEC championship. But he would have been available for the NCAA tournament. So that would have been a big help for sure.
Boot up. But, I know that
hopefully he'll get to play in it. Hopefully he'll get to play in it next year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. With the recruiting class coming in, there'll be high expectations around the basketball program, again, led by Will Wade. Thank you, man, for the time this morning. Stay healthy.
Thanks, guys. Hopefully we got enough airtime to fill your show now.
Yes. Well, stand by because we're texting you next week. Same time, same place.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
All right,
Thanks,
man, see ya.
Coach.
There he is, Will Wade. Boot
Don't
up.
make fun of
LSU
me with John
basketball.
Brady anymore, please.